Here we are today installing Mitsubishi Lancer DRL system. The kit contents. Comes with your wiring harnesses. Your illumination interface harness, your power interface harness along with the snake tubing, your DRL extension harness and your ground harness. We also have a cable tie sack pack, also including the bolts, 3 bolts. The DRLs come pre-assembled to the bezel. And obviously you have 2 of them. And we have our control module, which has the wiring interface diagram on it. To install the DRL system we need 4 tools, a 10mm socket driver, a pair of side cutters, a Phillips head driver and a panel removing tool. The first step is to remove the existing panel from the car. There's 1 Phillips head screw and it pops out just like that. And the other side. Discard them. Now we've removed the front bezels, the next thing we do is we prepare the engine bay for routing the wire system. We interface to the fuse box here, so we remove this cover, and we must remove also this plastic cover on top of the radiator. Now that we have all the panels removed, we can start the installation of the wiring system. To start with, we route the power wire through this groove on the side of the fuse box. And using the fuse adapter, we connect to the fuse panel at this point here, next to the 10 amp and the 20 amp fuse. Carefully position the wire so it doesn't obstruct anything. And at that point we can refit the fuse cover. Okay, now we have routed the power wire through the snake tubing. We need to insert the pin into the control module. To do that, you take the illumination and ground harness and you'll note that it has an empty pin. You first remove the red tab that's at the front of the connector. Slide that off, making sure not to lose it. You take the pin and you simply slide it in the back. You'll feel it lock into position. Once it's in position and locked, you then push home the rubber grommet. Once that's in position, you then reconnect the red socket at the top of the connector, pushing it home. That now can be connected to our electronic control unit, which is mounted to a bracket that has a tab, a locating tab there, and fits to this point on the chassis. The tab will restrict it from moving left or right. We also have here the illumination interface. You simply remove the socket from the vehicle, insert the patch harness. We also need to ground the system, and we use an existing grounding point straight down here next to the battery. This connector can now be connected to the ECU. Now we need to route the DRL extension harness. It has one black connector and two white connectors. The two white connectors connect to the DRLs themselves. We start by routing this through to the ECU module. Just next to the headlight here, and we connect it just like that. You'll note that there are two lengths to the extension harness, one short and one long. The longer side obviously goes to the left DRL. There we go, route these down. There's an existing wiring loom running across the front of the car. We follow that. And the white cable exits where the bezel once was. Now we install the DRLs. With the DRL extension harness now routed and cable tied along the vehicle wiring harness, now comes the time to install the DRLs. You take the waterproof connector and lock it into the mating side, making sure that it's a positive lock. It's a very easy installation, this one. You line up these tabs with the provision and simply clip it in using the original screw from the original bezel. That side's done, and the other side exactly the same. Now with the DRLs firmly fitted, we have to reassemble the car, and all that's left is to refit this panel. Once that's done, you would then test. And there you have it, the Mitsubishi Lancer daytime running light system. Thank you.